Good evening. I'm Sophia Kenrick. Tonight, in this cozy winter night, thank you, Kat, I want to read you a little winter story I've written with some fun characters I created. This is called How Do You Explain December? Written by the author, yours truly. Let's read it. How do you explain December? What an interesting title. Echo, Fitz called. Yes, Fitz, Echo called back. What is it? Fitz awkwardly glanced around and nervously shifted. I have a question, a very big question. Echo smiled. Well, you know I enjoy your questions. Please tell me what it is. Fitz twiddled his fingers in embarrassment. What is December? Echo grinned but didn't laugh. It's important not to laugh at someone's questions. You know what December is, Fitz. You've had many Decembers. Yes, answered Fitz, but I never knew it. What is December? What is December? Echo repeated to herself. Now how does one explain December to someone who's never known December? Well, it's a month. It lasts 31 days, and it's often called the holiday season because there are so many holidays in December. So we celebrate December? Yes, in a way. How should I celebrate December, Echo? Well, that's completely up to you, Fitz, depending on what you think December is. But since you don't know what December is, and I'm not sure how to explain it, why don't you come with me and we'll make an adventure of finding out. Fitz and Echo started out on their first December adventure together, with the many turns and stops marked on their path. Echo began to explain while Fitz navigated the wintry forest. December is different for everyone, so everyone has a different way to celebrate. People can celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, or even solstice. Some people only celebrate the New Year. Some people may not celebrate at all. Some celebrate with candles, some with trees, some with games, some with food. Some celebrate people of history, and some celebrate with sugar plums. What are sugar plums? Asked Fitz. I don't know. Let's answer that one another day. But what's really important to remember is that it's good to include people in small ways no matter what or how you celebrate. And there they are, off on their adventure with their little map. How can I possibly include everyone if all our December ways are so different? That is a good question, Fitz. I think the best way is to let people know you are thinking about them during the festive season. Something small and thoughtful can go very far, and isn't it nice to know someone is thinking of you during their happy celebrations? I know I'd be glad to know that, replied Fitz. Is that why we're going out today? To tell people we're celebrating and thinking of them? Yep, I'm going to give some gifts, which is my favorite way of telling people I like celebrating December with them. And look at all of Echo's gifts there. Uh-oh, Fitz didn't know presents were a part of December. Echo, I don't have any gifts to give. Fitz, a little hello and a kind smile and a nice wave is a perfect gift to give, and I know you have plenty of those. Fitz sighed with relief, and the two of them continued through their snowy wood with the intention of giving their gifts and learning more about how to explain December. And there they are, walking through their woods. It's a strange kind of woods they live in, but it's quite pretty, I think. The first stop was little Gracie's house. They gave her their gifts, which she took with delight, and to our adventurers' glee, little Gracie handed them back some snow globes, which she had so marvelously decorated. Before they left, Echo and Fitz asked sweet little Gracie how she would explain December. There's Gracie down there. How do you explain December? Well, December is magic. I've heard tales of fantastical things that bring joy and presents, and I like the stories about miracles that happen in December. And snow. Snow is magic. Snow is magic dust that makes everything shine. Echo and Fitz grinned, but didn't laugh. It's important not to laugh at what people believe. They waved goodbye to little Gracie and wished her a very magical December and continued on to Miss Barton's house, where George had been waiting for them. "Oh, goody, Echo is here with December presents." George reached for his present, which he promptly took inside and set it under a little bush in the house. Miss Barton appeared in the doorway and graciously accepted Fitz and Echo's gifts and quickly replaced them with her own gifts to them. But all Fitz wanted was an explanation to December. "How do you explain December?" "Why, I think it's quite simple. December is about giving. The act of giving is the best thrill there is, knowing you're going to make someone real happy for a moment. There's nothing quite like it, nothing quite like spreading joy." "Nuh-uh," argued George from inside the house. "Best part of December is getting. Save all this stuff up for one day in December, and then it's one big day of giving stuff, all for you. That's the real thrill." Echo, Fitz, and Miss Bartons grinned, but didn't laugh. It's important not to laugh at children when they're being serious. So Echo and Fitz wished Miss Bartons and George a very giving and plentiful December and headed off to Count Turner's house. There's Miss Bartons and little George. Count Turner's house was covered head to heel in fabulous decorations that nearly blinded our adventurers. Count Turner was sitting on their roof as they finished up their shimmering finishes. "Oh, my dears," they exclaimed, "how delightful! And you've brought gifts! I don't know if I can give you much back. I've spent all my time on these lovely house garnishes." "That's okay," Echo shouted back up at the Count, "but could you explain what December is to Fitz?" "How do you explain December? Well, what an odd little inquiry. Well, of course, December is all about the display now, isn't it? Why, yes. See my lovely little house here? Look at that. Surely a joy for all to see. The sight of December itself is just marvelous. A display, the most displayable of displaying times. I do so love a display." Echo and Fitz grinned, but didn't laugh. It's important not to laugh at what people think is important. They waved goodbye to the ever-impressive Count Turner and stopped at Gunther's house. Look at that big house that Count Turner has. And look at Count Turner. Wow. Gunther was happy to receive the gifts and gave them back a hug, which was a wonderful gift. And Fitz asked about December before they went. "How do you explain December? Well, how strange, I don't rightfully know. I think December is one of them things that just can't be explained." Nah, I know how to explain it. It's that big fancy word. Karaoke, karate. No, it's carrot toppy, carosleaky. "Carosclerosis," Fitz answered excitedly. "Yeah, that's the one," Gunther said as he snapped his fingers. "It's that feeling of realizing you're happy, right there in that moment. I don't know what makes it so happy, but it do be a pretty good feeling." Echo and Fitz wished Gunther a very happy December and continued on to Marie's house. Marie humped in her coats as she opened the door, trying not to let the icy weather into her house. She took the presents and tried to close the door, but paused when Echo stopped her with the question of how she would explain December. Marie thought for a moment, looking back at her house, out at the snow, and back at the two friends. She scratched her chin and thought some more before grunting, "Cold," and shutting the door. Echo and Fitz grinned but didn't laugh. It's important not to laugh at those who are cold unless you are also cold, which they were, but in the case of Marie, it's important not to laugh at all. They wished Marie a warmer December, and onward they went. And it looks like they gave Marie a pair of mittens to keep her nice and warm. The next house was much harder to get to, but they found their way there because it's important to put effort into all of your friends. But when they got to the house, only one light was on, and when they knocked on the door, the light flicked off. "It seems like they don't want our presents," Fitz said glumly. "It seems that way, doesn't it? But we should leave them anyways. December is hard for some people. Not everyone has chirosclerosis in December, like Gunther said. Some people feel quite sad for the lack of daytime and sun, and get more of a marauder turget feeling. The inexplicable urge to push people away? Yes. But remember, it's important to include everyone in our celebrations and tell our friends we are thinking about them, especially our friends who might be feeling this way. So, Let's make sure we leave them our gifts." So Echo and Fitz left their friend the gifts and carried on, wishing their friend a better December. And there's the gift, and it looks like Fitz still found a way to leave his nice smile as his gift. The last house to visit was Granny Yo-Yo. Granny Yo-Yo smiled wide and invited them in right away, which was a relief to our ice-bitten adventurers. Inside, Granny Yo-Yo cozied them up and made sure they had hot cocoa before finally accepting their gifts for her and Grandpa Yu-Yu, who was no longer there, but the tradition of celebrating with him still stood strong. "Granny Yo-Yo, could you explain December, please?" Fitz asked politely. "How do you explain December? I'm sure you know what December is by now, don't you?" "I don't know," said Fitz. "We've been with all of our friends today, and they all had a different way to explain December." "Oh, well, that sounds like the answer to me. December is being together despite our differences. We all have different thoughts, different celebrations, different feelings, and different traditions. December is about celebrating all of those things with everyone. Magic, gifts, glowing displays, feelings of joy or sadness, we can share all of it. Grandpa Yu-Yu always said it was silly that people decided that the time for it was December when it should be an all-year thing, but that's why we love December. Still do, and always will. December is unity with those around us. Near and far, with us or gone from us, December is togetherness. December is peace." "That's a very good answer, Granny Yo-Yo," said Fitz, smiling at her clarity. "It was a very good question, Fitz," said Echo. "I'm glad we got to answer it today." After relaxing with Granny Yo-Yo and departed Grandpa Yu-Yu, our adventurers wished Granny and Grandpa a very peaceful December and finally went home. At home, they warmed up and enjoyed their new gifts and laughed as they thought of that day's adventure. It's important to laugh at the end of the day. No one should go to bed without having laughed all day. Before settling into bed, their new gifts surrounding them and new knowledge fluttering in their brains, there was one more thing to do. "Fitz," Echo called, "I have a gift for you." "Oh, how exciting," Fitz thought. Echo handed him a neatly wrapped up notebook. "It's for writing down all the answers to your questions." "It's perfect," said Fitz. "I have a gift for you too." "Oh, how exciting," thought Echo. Fitz looked at Echo and presented a little hello and a kind smile and a nice wave. "It's perfect," said Echo. "Happy December, Fitz." "Happy December, Echo." "Oh, and look, a gift for you from the author, yours truly. It says, 'I enjoy celebrating with you.' Happy December." The end. I hope you guys are having a lovely December. And I want you to know that I enjoy celebrating December with you. Merry Christmas, Happy December, and to all a good night.